Rabbi Titelbaum asked me to say fill in for him while he's out of town. Figured I would talk about Hilchos Havdalah as he's been talking about. There's an interesting shiur. It was very relevant to me. Many other people had the shiur and have it sometimes. In the COVID pandemic, everyone had different symptoms. One of the popular symptoms was losing a sense of taste and smell. So I was one of those people. I still don't really have my smell back fully, but for a few years it basically didn't have smell at all. And the question becomes, this also comes up, if someone gets a cold, bad cold, sometimes they don't smell, they can't smell. And the question comes up, right? Titelbaum mentioned about Besamim, that we make the bracha on Besamim because of the neshama yisera as part of our Havdalah. And the question is, what if the person who's making Havdalah is not able to smell? So he's making a bracha on the smell, but he's not able to smell. So what does he do? So there is a Shvus Yaakov, one of the great Shayos Hashuvas from a few hundred years ago. He wants to say that maybe even though you don't have your sense of smell, but your body is really having an intake, and it's really smelling it, and in terms of the neshama yisera, you're still gaining. You can make a bracha even without actually smelling it. That's the opinion of the Shvus Yaakov. However, the Shulchan Aruch rules not like that. Shulchan Aruch says in order to make a bracha on Besamim, you have to be able to smell. So what does this person do? So we have a concept that sometimes you can do mitzvahs for other Jews that even though you're not currently being mekayim that mitzvah, even though you're not in the process of doing that mitzvah right now, you're able to do it for someone else. Like for example, if someone doesn't know how to recite Kiddush or whatever it is, Reuven could say it for Shimon, someone could say it for someone else. Because of the concept of Arvus, the concept that we're all guarantors over each other's mitzvahs. We're all responsible. Kol Yisrael Reivim Zeh Zeh, we're all responsible for each other's mitzvahs. And therefore, when I would say Kiddush for someone else, it's not just a random bracha. It's his duty to say Kiddush is also my responsibility, and that enables me to say even brachos for other people. So the question is, can we use that over here by Besamim, that I'll be able, if I have other people listening to me, let's say my wife is there, and she needs to hear a bracha on Besamim, can I make it for her? So over here, so Shulchan Aruch says, yes. Shulchan Aruch says, you can't smell, it's not an issue. You make the bracha, as long as there's someone else there that is capable of smelling, then the bracha will work for them. They'll smell, and it's the same thing, just like you can make Kiddush for someone, and you don't need to drink the wine, let's say you don't like wine, or for whatever reason you don't want to drink, the other person who's listening will drink the wine, and that's the simple answer. The problem is that the Mishnah Berurah writes that all the achronim, all the later commentaries disagree with the Shulchan Aruch. The Mishnah Berurah rules like all these commentaries, and they say that no, the bracha of Besamim is not similar to Kiddush, because even though we have an age-old custom, it's a minhag of the sages that existed already in the time of the Gemara, it's not a requirement. It's not something which one is required to do. The halacha is that even if a person doesn't have Besamim, he's not required to run after and make sure, go to a store or anything like that to get it. No, it's good to have in the house, try to have it for next week, but it's not a pure obligation. It's something which is a minhag tov. Therefore, they say that there's no concept of Arvus. There's no concept of he's chayiv, he's obligated, so I'm obligated for him. We can't apply that over here. Therefore, the Mishnah Berurah says that a person who is not able to smell is not able to make the bracha. So the question is, what do we do? What should I do? All this time, what should I have done all this time? Not able to smell. If someone has a cold, what do they do? So the next practical thing would be, this is what we did, is one of the other people there makes the bracha of Besamim. And they'll have to make the bracha itself, so it's a little bit strange, and it is strange when I do it, or have done it. Get up, say, Hinei kel yishvasi, make the bracha b'rei pri hagafen, hand the Besamim over to my wife, she makes her own bracha, and and then I continue Havdalah. There is
Doesn't
one more.
everybody make separate brachas anyways by Besamim?
So I don't
What's the
know.
question?
You're from Borough Park, right?
Williamsburg, yeah. but-
Williamsburg. So I don't know exactly.
Brachas.
Williamsburg, I think there's some more things that go on. Probably, I imagine here. Does anyone make their own bracha on Besamim? I imagine no one here
I
does.
think
Starting
it's the
next week,
custom,
I
right?
will.
This is a custom in a certain place.
No, I know by Kiddush, by Gufen, and by Amoitzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live with people by Besamim.
Yeah. So Rabbi Haston is filling us in. You know that the Hungarian Hasidim had this practice, but
They take the challenge around to everybody. I
Right,
was shocked.
right.
Why'd you
So
meet
Yeah,
all
but
some guys? I'll meet their own.
by Havdalah, I always saw that families when I used to go to the States, that they also make their own bracha, that's what I'm asking.
yeah. So it's not common in most circles. The Mishnah Berurah doesn't like it. He doesn't want people to make their own brachas. But fine. Let's just assume, you know, with the minhag here that people are being yotze with typically being yotze with the person who's saying Havdalah with the Baal Bayis. So in this case, the Baal Bayis can't make the bracha. There's just one more detail, is that in my situation, what do I do when she makes the bracha? Can I answer Amen on her bracha? Usually I have to answer Amen. But in this case, can I answer Amen on her bracha? The problem
Was
is,
it Shalom Bias?
right, Hasten says because of Shalom Bayis I have to answer. The problem is that I made already Brei Pri Hagafen, right? And now I'm going through the rest of the brachos. So my Brei Pri Hagafen is hanging in the air, waiting for me to drink the wine. I can't say a hefsek. If I hear someone in the background make a Brei Pri Eitz on an apple, I can't answer Amen on that. So therefore the poskim say in this case that besides for the fact that I can't make the bracha, I also can't answer Amen on the bracha. So either she says it quietly or she says it loud, can't answer Amen. It's a strange scene, but that is seems to be the bottom line. Yeah.
So taking that into account, is it the same philosophy with a deaf person hearing the shofar?
A deaf person who cannot hear
Yeah, right.
is not obligated in shofar at all. Are you asking if he's able to be moti to other people?
Well, not he won't be, somebody else would be mostly for him.
So he can't be yote
So-
because he's deaf. He's not able to hear. He's pater. He's considered an ones.
So-
He's considered beyond his control, and he's pater from the mitzvah.
So wouldn't you then follow the same thing for Havdalah?
Same thing over here. I
So
hope
you would do
I hope
everything-
Hashem considered me an ones, but yeah. So he's considered an
It's the
ones,
same idea?
but he still can't answer amen
But
because he
yeah,
has a hanging bracha.
Isn't it
Similar
like you can make the
circumstance.
bracha, somebody else must for you?
What?
Isn't it somebody else can make a bracha, and a dog makes a bracha, and then he smells it for you?
Right. So
You
that
make the bracha,
yes.
somebody else smells instead of you.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying before. If this would be considered an obligation to make Besamim, just like we do that by Kiddush, if Besamim would be an obligation, so then you have that idea. It's based on Arvus. It's based on he's obligated, so I'm obligated.
Right.
I'm obligated in his mitzvah. But the poskim say over here by Besamim there is no Arvus. There is no guarantee because there's no chiyuv. There's no real chiyuv. It's praiseworthy. It's the right thing to do, but it's not an obligation, and therefore he is.
Your wife can get you back.
What?
Maybe this is an ignorant remark, but I mean, but at a Shabbat bracha, and you typically have 7 people saying the different brachas. You don't usually, you see what I'm saying?
Show the brothers.
You have different people saying the different brachos.
So why couldn't you do the same thing with Havdalah? Have 4 people saying 4 brachot?
You could. You have different people saying the brachos. That's what you do in this case. But the person who has a hanging Brei Pri Hagafen that he has to drink the wine,
Right,
he can't answer Amen.
right.